Imagine a world where everything you thought was real, everything you trusted, was built on a foundation of pure, unadulterated fakery. What if the very fabric of our online existence, the social proof we crave and believe in, was nothing more than an elaborate illusion? In the darkest corners of the internet, a chilling truth whispers, your digital reality might be far more manipulated than you could ever conceive. There's a story, a disturbing one, that pulls back the curtain on this unsettling possibility, revealing a ghost in the machine of our social world. But to understand it, we need to ask, what if the numbers don't just lie, but actively mock us? To grasp the full weight of this unsettling narrative, we must first establish the immense power of social proof. In our hyper-connected digital age, social proof isn't just a marketing buzzword, it's practically a universal currency. We crave it, we chase it, and on a subconscious level, we rely on it every single day. Think about it. A restaurant with a long line outside feels more appealing than an empty one. A product with thousands of five-star reviews instantly gains our trust. An influencer with millions of followers seems inherently more credible, more valuable than one with a few hundred. This isn't accidental. It's a deeply ingrained psychological shortcut. We assume that if many people are doing something, endorsing something, or following someone, there must be a valid reason. It's a collective affirmation, a digital stamp of approval that guides our decisions, shapes our perceptions, and ultimately influences our reality. Content creators chase virality, businesses invest billions in advertising, and individuals meticulously curate their online personas, all in pursuit of this elusive yet incredibly powerful social validation. The more likes, shares, comments, or followers, the more legitimate, successful, and trustworthy an entity appears. But what happens when that trust, that legitimacy, is systematically undermined? What if the digital crowd you're following, the one giving weight and meaning to your online world, isn't real at all? This brings us to the unsettling heart of the matter, the clandestine world of manufactured authenticity. For years, whispers circulated about click farms or engagement farms, shadowy operations churning out artificial likes and follows. But these weren't just basement operations. They were often sophisticated, multi-million-dollar industries, spanning continents and employing thousands of people. Imagine vast warehouses not filled with goods but with rows upon rows of screens, each displaying an open social media account. Workers, often paid mere pennies per account, would manually like, share, and comment, mimicking genuine human behavior with frightening precision. These weren't bots in the traditional sense, they were human hands, controlled by algorithms, creating the illusion of engagement on an industrial scale. The sheer volume was staggering. Millions of fake profiles, each meticulously crafted with profile pictures, bios, and even a history of seemingly normal activity, lay dormant, waiting to be activated to push a trend, inflate a creator's numbers, or even sway public opinion. These aren't just statistics, these are ghost armies, ready to deploy at a moment's notice to warp your perception of reality. But the story deepens. The individuals operating these farms weren't just malicious actors. Sometimes they were people just trying to survive, caught in a system that monetized deception. Other times they were driven by a perverse desire to expose the fragility of our digital landscape. One such figure, a former operator from Eastern Europe, spoke anonymously of the psychological toll. The constant, repetitive, and utterly meaningless engagement, clicking like hundreds of times a day on content you've never consumed, created a profound sense of detachment. They were the architects of an illusion, but also its unwilling participants, witnessing firsthand the endless, insatiable appetite for digital validation and the lengths people would go to obtain it. The impact on social media users is subtle but pervasive. When you see a post with an astronomical number of likes, your brain registers it as important, popular, worthy of your attention, even if a significant percentage of those likes are fabricated. This distorts our understanding of what real popularity looks like, creating an artificial benchmark that genuine creators struggle to meet. The chase for authentic engagement becomes a futile race against an invisible, cheating opponent. The platforms themselves, initially slow to respond, found themselves in a perpetual cat and mouse game, constantly updating their algorithms to detect and purge these fake accounts, only for the creators of these farms to find new, more sophisticated methods to circumvent their defenses. This wasn't merely a technological challenge, it was a battle for the very soul of online authenticity. The stakes were incredibly high, impacting not just individual careers but the integrity of global information flows, electoral processes, and the collective understanding of truth itself. Then came the revelation that shook the digital world to its core: the phantom followers. This wasn't just about anonymous click farms anymore. This was something far more insidious, far more elusive. Researchers delving into the anomalies of follower counts on major platforms noticed a pattern that defied all logical explanation. Millions of accounts seemingly dormant with no posts, no profile pictures, and often bizarre, nonsensical usernames would suddenly swell the ranks of popular figures. These weren't the meticulously crafted human-operated accounts of the engagement farms. These were algorithmic ghosts, appearing and disappearing with spectral fluidity. Imagine trying to catch smoke. Researchers developed sophisticated methods using network analysis and behavioral algorithms to identify these entities. They discovered that these phantom followers didn't engage in traditional ways. They didn't like, comment, or share. Their sole purpose, it seemed, was to inflate numbers, to create the illusion of popularity without any corresponding interaction. It was a digital Potemkin village, a facade of popularity with nothing behind the curtain. The investigation traced some of these phantom accounts to compromised servers, dark web exploits, and even disturbingly to vulnerabilities within the social media platforms themselves. It wasn't always a malicious third party. Sometimes it seemed the systems themselves were creating these spectral audiences. The implications were chilling. If popularity could be conjured out of thin air, if an audience could be wholly fabricated without any human intervention, then what did any number truly mean? The lines between real and artificial blurred to the point of extinction. Imagine a crucial news story amplified by millions of these phantom followers, giving it an artificial weight and urgency. Imagine a political candidate's popularity artificially inflated, swaying public opinion through a manufactured consensus. The phantom followers represented an evolution of digital deception, a ghost in the machine that didn't just lie to us about popularity, but fundamentally questioned the integrity of the data itself. The discovery sent ripples through the tech community. Platforms scrambled. Developers worked tirelessly, trying to identify and purge these spectral entities, but it was like fighting a hydra. For every phantom account vanquished, two more seemed to materialize. The true origin remained elusive, a testament to the sophistication and stealth of whoever or whatever was pulling the strings. It cast a long shadow over the entire concept of social proof, transforming it from a trustworthy indicator into a potential weapon of mass deception. The battle against digital deception continues, an unending struggle to distinguish the genuine from the fabricated. The phantom followers may be purged, algorithms may be updated, but the underlying vulnerability remains: our innate human tendency to trust numbers, to believe in the collective consensus, even when that consensus is a digital mirage. We've seen how easily our perceptions can be manipulated, how a constructed reality can become our own. The story of the phantom followers isn't just a tale of technical sophistry. It's a profound commentary on the fragile nature of truth in our hyper-connected world. It forces us to ask critical questions. What is real social proof anymore? Can we ever truly trust the numbers we see online? Or are we destined to live in a digital landscape perpetually haunted by the ghosts of manufactured popularity, forever questioning the authenticity of the very data that shapes our understanding of the world? Perhaps the only true measure of influence, in an increasingly unreal digital landscape, is the one that transcends the screen, the one that impacts the world beyond the pixels and algorithms. If you found yourself questioning everything, waiting for the truth to emerge, then subscribe for more stories that pull back the curtain on the unseen forces shaping our reality. The next video dives even deeper into the chilling phenomenon of AI-generated identities and their surprising, unsettling presence in our everyday lives.